What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I'm just trying to chill with my fiance on her day off, but the market waits for no man, woman, or whatever you self-identify as. We've got a 5% kickback on all direct orders from TCG Player today. It ends April 4th at, it looks like 11:59 Eastern time, so be sure to think about that as you're ordering. It says direct orders, but I'm pretty sure that's everything. Is when I click shop now, almost everything comes up. So I don't think there should be any exclusions to this, but at the same time, do remember TCG Player typically charges tax. So if you're ordering from there regularly, it's a nice little cool, but versus eBay, keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and get into our first buyout of the day, and the Infernoid seem to be heating up. I hate me too some days. Infernoid Decatron is up to $12 here lowest, almost doubling up in price. Anunku ultimate rares are far up. Tierra, ulti up, everything is headed upwards. People are grabbing it just because it's going up in some of these places. It's pretty crazy out here. Some things aren't budging too much, like the OTS pack Petrula. So why is this happening? What's causing all this? Even like cards like Pure Mice that are solid aren't fluxing at all. People are looking for decks that are somewhat stable in price to trade all their stuff into, or to buy out and put their money into as the market heads towards banlist season. We're relatively sure the Infernoids won't be hit by the ban list, and they were able to stand up during full power spirals, but they were more so able to stand up because it was heading towards such a tier 0. It's kind of like you have that one deck that's able to stand up because other decks are doing so well, and that's what Infernoid was. So I think it's not realistically the best buyout because the prices are so inflated, and it's unlikely to flood back anytime like directly soon. We'll see it creep back down, but the people have made their value that were on the initial buyout. So my forewarning is, don't freak out. Don't go for them now. Wait for it to creep down. It's not the deck. It's a deck that's hardly peaking in the top cut right now. It's peaking into regional top cuts, but that's just my advice. And on eBay, it's even crazier out here. Of course, it's just the Fallout prices, though. We'll see where it realistically settles. I think it'll settle around $9 and creep on back down to where it was at. We see a very similar mentality, actually, in our next buyout, which is the Atlanteans. The Atlanteans are actually at rising prices as well. I guess oh god, okay, we don't need an ocean of levels rising joke here, but seriously, it's headed upwards on almost every variant of the ultis. Again, it's a safe call. They haven't budged anywhere for a while, and whenever they do, it's upwards instead of downwards, so it's safe trading. But you might be disappointed at your sales rates when you're trying to get rid of these cards. Most people that wanted this deck and truly wanted to hold it, not just to put something into safe value, have it by now. People who are fans of this deck rarely let it go unless they're completely quitting the game, and the only time they come back and get it is when they truly become a fan of the game again, and they're like, alright, I need my Mermail deck. I want to have it. And we see similarly on eBay, it's up as well with very low listings. It's not even up that much, and people are freaking out. Like, it's a lot of the cards, but it's just interesting to see. Like Abyss Megalo, we see the market price at 23. We see Unlimbs, at 27. It's not up too much. We also see like Tias. The Ultia Unlimbs are still available at $11 if you truly want them. I don't know where the first eds actually lie. $13 for first ed ulti. So if you really want to go after something that's still around its normal price, maybe go for ulti Tias. You still want to run multiple of those. It's not like flooding up, but it's not going to flood the market anytime soon either. Oh man, I need to stop. Somebody stop me, please, right now. And you see that Abyss Gaios, like, it's been around the same price points that it's been at. It's not budging too much. Like, it's, what, $1 up? Yeah, it's $1 up. It's not amazingly risen. Oh, okay, I'm done. I promise, guys. But let's actually look up the Void cards if we can. I'm sure, yeah, Magic has a lot of Void Banishment and that kind of stuff. Let's see how they're doing, because people type Infernoid and go for it. Sometimes they forget about these. Nah, not left behind. Around the $9 point. This has been rising for a while as well, so I guess they're a hot pick. I swear, one day I'll stop. So yeah, this was just talking about the TCG sale and what's going on, so you do want to keep that in mind as we continue through here. Chanbara! I guess the rest of these throughout, I would call mostly bad buyouts or overhyped buyouts. Chanbara, sitting back up at 20 after having cooled off despite its market price saying that it's at 20. Like, you don't want to have this card right now, honestly. Sell it if you have it. It's just not one of the best picks to have. It's doing very little in the meta. It is useful, but I smell reprint season for this coming. It's been too long, and it's been in the meta before. I feel reprint season coming on it. That's all I have to add to that. We've got Trap Eater, ultra rare, $25. Do you guys just wake up in the morning and think, what's a card that's not going to replenish its quantity anytime soon? Trap Eater from LC5D. Why, yes, that is quite the brilliant buyout, if I do say so myself. Odd enough, only Level Eater comes up because there are 0 on eBay as well. This one was kind of just an easy buyout. This card gets hyped multiple times. I believe it's a tuner. Yes, it's a tuner. And it's a funny one, but how real are traps in this format? Are you really gonna put this in against True Draco? Yeah, you really need to take care of those skill drain like cards? Really? That badly? I personally don't think so. But I do see, again, where people are coming from. They're looking for places to put their money since a lot of things are diving right now. The ban list is suppressing a lot of prices. So odd things are getting even more intense looks than they were before. I understand it, but you guys do realize you don't have to spend your money. You can keep it in your pocket and spend it on something else when the opportunity arises. I don't know where it will fall back market price wise. It's a really weird one, and yes, you might make some money, but sales rates are definitely going to be off on this one. You're going to have trouble hawking these off at a decent rate. Macros Cosmos DT, $40 now? Why? I don't really know. 30 on eBay. You know something's wrong when the DT is above a DR4 Super copy. Basically, this is just a targeted buyout where people are like, that was cheap. I'll take all of them. Once again, it'll fall back down. I can't imagine it being much above its market price at 5. I guess it could sit at 7, maybe. But personally, don't buy this. Don't go for it. You have other holo options, which are also risen, actually. Ultra rare at 488. I didn't see that one. But we also have the raw yellow mega pack, still at its market price. Another ultra rare, not as desired as the LCGX. There definitely was something a little different with the raw foiling than the Legendary Collection one. And then you have plenty of commons available as well. It's just an odd one again. I don't really know where people are going with these buyouts other than they're thinking, this is a good place to put my money for now. Maybe I'll get something out of it. Maybe I can create a sales rate. And it makes it really hard for stores when you think about it. When they see these prices online, but they still want to offer prices that don't seem like they're gypping people. It's really, really hard to actually create a price for if you're a store that buys singles. Like, you don't want customers to think you're cheap, but you also want to be able to explain to them, this was recently bought out, it's an inflated price, I'm not comfortable buying these right now unless you want to look at the old market price. Like, it definitely, I think as a store owner, would put me in an awkward position. And I think, we got a final card. I actually saw this on VCTRFS's Market Watch. Naturia Barkion. This one is funny to me. This one is similar to the others, but I think Macro is the best out of these bad buyouts. This is literally people going, why Naturia Beast is good? What about his brother Barkion? You know how we call chronograph red astrograph? This is bad Naturia bees. Like, traps are not prevalent in our meta right now. And when traps get prevalent, they're usually counter traps. So, like, this price is literally just because it was easy. That's the only reason. Look, some Super Games, listing some Ghost Rares right after. You want to come get them? You really think it's going to go up? Feel free. Go ahead. Spend your money. It's definitely one of the worst buyouts, and you see people not even really jumping at the bit for the lower rarities. Your sales rate's going to be terrible. Good luck with it. Maybe there's people who need odd-off decks and want to throw it in 6am and need their max rarity 6ams, but from a meta perspective, even from a collector perspective, this is not the best of buyouts, but I understand the thought process of Naturia Beast is so good. Definitely some odd ones this week. But what do you guys think of today's Market Watch? It is pretty crazy out here. Everything that I featured, I think, is actually a buyout for the most part, besides that sale. So, what do you think about all these? It's kind of forced by the ban list looming, right? People are going for the odd-off things instead of anything to do with the meta. They're just kind of trying to steer away and go for things that are safer, long-term investments that will have decent sale rates once it cools down again. Like, I see why. But at the same time, you really could just keep your money in your pocket. This isn't even that big of a price jump, like, for the cards that they are. After you lose your 13% selling online, if you sold it online, you're not doing that hot with the Atlantean stuff. So, what do you guys think about how people are tossing money at these cards? I'm personally not the biggest fan of it.